So this is a so-called Arabia Express. It's one of my small tourneys arranged through my Discord. It's, as you can guess, it's focusing on one map, the Arabia, the current ranked one in the queue, the King of the Desert Arabia. Was it King of the Desert 3 or something? King of the Desert Arabia script, which is currently in the ranked queue. Guaranteed rhinos, always 3 ostrich or zebra, and your, excuse me, standard 8 sheep. The tournament features a small draft like in the King of the Desert tournament, where you pick, ban, I believe, 3 civilizations or some such, so that fewer of the standard classic tryhard civs will see play, presumably. And for the first one here, we have Berbers versus Teutons, which is an interesting one. Randy Pan with the Berbers does not have a Dark Age economy bonus unless you count the fact that the villagers move 10% faster. And but will have cheaper cavalry in the Castle and Imperial Ages, 15 and 20% cheaper. In this scenario, I guess the Berbers could even go for the Camel Archers, commonly a cavalry archer counter. But it makes sense here as well because the Teutons lack husbandry, so their cavalry is so slow. It's so tough to catch up with any kind of cavalry archer unit or even generic cavalry. They're going to be outrun by the Berbers all the time, no matter what happens here. So this is a good matchup for Randy Pan. Teutons, however, extra melee armor in the Castle and Imperial Ages, +1 per age, and also access to Paladin, so that they'll outclass the Berbers Cavalier, of course, in terms of pure strength. See Randy Pan already starting a bit of a wall off here. This almost looks like it looks like kind of a Drush fast castle map, to be honest. We might see the pre-milled Drush here. Then you can just wall off and benefit from this cheaper cavalry over the Berbers in the next stage. Frederic has walled off at home as well. Got the same kind of nice woodlines, like fairly easily wallable generation here. Berries much more exposed, they're forward, so that's a risk for the scouts opening for the Teutons here. Missing the last 2 sheep, which is probably presumed stolen at this point. Nah, he's gonna find it in the last sweep here. But yeah, a little bit more open than Randy Pan's base, but nothing too crazy. Gold in the back, main gold in the back, that's always good news. And of course, if you're pulled off the berries, nothing's to stop Teutons from placing their 40% cheaper farms to compensate, using the TC trick there to save some villagers. There are 2 very low HP ones, which could also backfire when the potential Randy Pan scout rush enters the field. 4 on berries, so not the pre-milled rush. We'll see what happens. Just for fun in the chat with the thumbs up. Scouting the opposition. Nice. So let's have a look at the idle TC timers here. It's fairly similar. It's ticking off a little bit for Frederic here, but here comes the barracks. And wait, scouting the opponent I would face if I were to win my first set, which we don't know. Oh, you mean the second now, right? You did play your first set, didn't you? Okay, yeah, so you're thinking about the potential quarter-final matchup. 2 on gold for Frederic here, so it's not the scouts opening for the Teutons, it's going to be the men-at-arms into archers probably, which I think is the correct call against the Berbers. If you do scouts into knights, you'll end up having slower and worse knights. Looks like Randy's scouting is on point as well. Seen the barracks, seen 2 on gold, knows that the men-at-arms are coming. Yeah, there's 1 set not played, you're right about that. Me, Alicia moving out, aka Angry House Vibes on my channel. And Scout could get some pickoffs here if Randy Pan wants to, yep, get some sneak hits. It's the hill advantage for Frederic here, but he's not fighting back. Could at least use the hill advantage to, yep, get some HP off the Scout. Also pulling the other militia back here. 50 seconds to go for the feudal age, so still a while to go for that 21 pop men-at-arms, 22 pop, sorry, 21 villagers. But with the Scout weakened, you'd think that Frederic could engage, but he needs feudal age as well to be able to compete with the enemy Scout. Look at the stats here. 5 attack for blue, 3 attack for purple. Because of feudal age increasing the stats there. Getting another hit in there, dangerously close to blue TC here as well. And now the men-at-arms should be kicking in any second, and the range for the archers ready to follow up. Wait, he's walling off men-at-arms into walls. I'm gonna check something there. Men-at-arms are in, so they couldn't easily contest the first few scouts here. But has any real damage been done here? I'm not too convinced of that. Oh, TC running into TC fire! Oh, and just like that, the men-at-arms will be more or less obliterated. They take the hill. Could get another hit in on the Scout. He's actually dodging that one. Hey, there's a Scout trapped in the woodland, that's kind of funny. He's not taking any hits back, that's a bit unfortunate. Could have gotten at least one Scout there. But Randy Pan with the Scout debate into the town center fire of the men-at-arms. Doubling up on the farms here. And will now be moving forward for some counter-aggression. We see the spearmen being invested into by Frederic here. Walls not complete though, right-hand side needs to be walled. So, but Randy Pan is going to the left. So that could be an issue. Nice, sending the last Scout to the right as well, that's very nice. These are some very greedy walls from Frederic here, they will not complete in time, I'm sure. Oh, one tile! Oh, there's a gap! Oh man, that's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate, that's a classic shift queuing builders when walling kind of unfortunate event there. Nice quick holds on the gold stone. 2 losses taken, 2 eco kills. KD 5-0 for Randy Pan. So Randy hasn't lost a single unit yet. I will for sure keep the scouts here for a long time. Walling off at home, as we can see, about to complete it to the very edge of the map here. Doesn't look like any holes just yet. And with 4 scouts, you could, if you want to, try to challenge the spear from the hill, or just use 1 scout to jabate the spearman away. And of course, finds a stray builder here to focus down with the scout. Another poke from the spearman, another one from the other direction, TC fire. But these scouts have gotten more than their value here now. 3 eco kills for Randy Pan. Should be happy about that. Pulls the scouts out now and will prepare the follow-up, which is still a way to go, but Frederic even lower on food here. 8 farms to 12 farms. So it looks like as though Randy will go into gas stage at a serious advantage here. Quick walling, defending, spearman production has also caused some idle TC time on Frederic's side here. Here's the blacksmith, second building needed, skirmishers out for Randy. Will be coming in handy anyway against the spearman, but is probably expecting an archer's follow-up after the men-at-arms here, and Frederic actually didn't make a single archer, so it's a fake archery range here from Frederic. Market goes up, that's going to be used to adjust some of this gold income here, maybe some of the stone as well, sell some stone, buy food, go Castle Age maybe, and at least get those tanky knights out. This spearman should be history once Randy Pan splits up his skirmishers and gets a hit in. Yeah, it doesn't even need to chase anymore because that lion will do the job. But it's moving forward with the skirmishers anyway. With any luck, there could be resources exposed enough to hit here. 34 villagers for Randy Pan going to the Castle Age. Frederic looks to be going up at maybe something similar. Has 2 stables at the ready, but will have to buy the food to go to the Castle Age and hence is well behind in the progression here. 11 farms total. Enough to sustain town center production plus 1 stable, but these are 2 stables, so eventually you'll need a lot more farms to keep that nice production going. Good thing for Frederic to be Teutons though. Gaia gets 1 kill there. That's 2 kills for Frederic, but 3 losses for Randy Pan as 1 skirmisher went down to the line. Blacksmith for the Teutons player, the double stables are up. The Castle Age timings are 40 seconds apart, so that's not too crazy. I'm assuming in the Berber space we'll have a triple stable follow-up here. Maybe just 2. 2 is fine as well, of course. It's a head start of 45 seconds to the Castle Age. That means a few more knights already. And with the skirmishers forward here to get the scouts, might be breaking through the walls here and deny quick walls in time for the knights follow-up to join in. Oh, they broke the walls. Frederic did make some armies here in the meantime. Is also about to reach the Castle Age, getting that defense, but Randy already has attack and defense in, which means that Randy's scouts should be better off. The skirmishers here could deal with the spearmen with some micromanagement, but Frederic stays in the opening here to negate entry of Randy Pan's units for now. Second town center as well for the Berbers player. Good economy behind all of this. So the Knights numbers, it's 5 to 2 already, and as you can see Randy is mixing in some camels as well to have a counter unit against the admittedly stronger Teutons Knights, but at the moment the Berbers Knights are outclassing the Teutons except for the melee defense, which is stronger because of the Teutons bonus. I don't see, yeah, the Knights are looping the long way around. Randy actually, well, probably expects the Knights because of the Scouts production. The Scouts popping out, he knows there's a stable somewhere. But can't really confirm that it's 1 or 2, but there's 2 stables definitely to the side here. I don't think that's scouted, nope. Skirmishers, are they gonna get the monk? Scorpions could get some hit in here as well. Oh, the skirmishers are gonna kill the monk! No way! Ah, okay, good save. Good save of Frederic here. Garrisoning the monk in the town center for some healing up, but he's going to be off gold now. Scorpion on one side, Knights, Camels on the other. This looks rough for the purple player. As we see, the raids have killed 13 villagers already, and this double TC in play by Randy Pandas also resulted in 47 villagers to 25 now. And there's probably a skill gap here, yeah. I think Randy might actually be seed 1 and... wonder if he... no. Okay, yeah, let's go find that. Does that work? Yeah! Oh, that's a huge skill gap, you're right. Frederic, if that's the proper player, is 1091, and Randy Pound is seed 1 with almost 1600. And that, with that in mind, I think Frederic played awesome for this first game. Had a plan with the Men at Arms Archers, good call against Berbers, and held off the initial aggression. And yeah, it's like 500 elo skill gap. This is just the first round of 16. After the round of 16, the 8 losing players will get their own bracket with their own final. So it's just a means to get a bit more matches in. So honestly, well played considering the skill gap here. Let's find the second game. Ooh, Ethiopians, Persians. Maybe we'll see some cheesy, easy drop Persian style play here. Randy is up 1-0. Frederic with the Persians here might want to play cavalry again. Could even open men at arms because Persians start with 50 extra food and wood. Makes the men at arms opening a lot more fluent. This map though, I'd say it favors scouts play because it's a lot more open than the previous one we just saw. I believe I allowed laming in this tournament, so we could see some elephants get stolen here as well. Randy Pan is going to switch up the plans here and play the Ethiopians. Likely to play the archers this time around. Could also open a drush or man-at-arms, depending. Ethiopians have a very nice man-at-arms opening because of the fact that they get 100 food, 100 gold upon reaching the next age. So they could either go for 5 men-at-arms straight up with a normal approach to resources, or just go feudal age and afford the men-at-arms through that bonus. But definitely favoring mobility this map. We'll see what the players come up with for this one. If you really want to troll around, you could play the Ethiopian scouts here as well. You don't usually see that with civilizations that don't have access to bloodlines. Three on wood for Frederic here. That could be an indication of scouts. Now luring in the elephant. Yeah, I think it's the scouts opening now for the Persians player. Persians, great boom, great economy as the ages move on because your theses start working faster from the feudal age onwards. 10, 15 and 20% faster. So you produce villagers more quickly. It is honestly kind of a setback in the 1v1 situation because you spend your food faster due to the villager creation, so that makes timings a little bit more awkward with yeah, you know, fletching, bodkin arrow, these kinds of things, as you generally want to spend your resources and not hoard them. Pushing in the zebras here for Randy Pan wants to get that food boost going. Doesn't really stress the scouting the enemy location either. That's is looking at the Persians, that would in most cases mean kind of a scouts opening. You need to confirm that at some point, but there's no rush just yet. It's just a 15-minute, maybe in 2 minutes or so it would make sense to have a look at the enemy side. Frederic is forward though, has scouted all the resources at home. Found all 3 golds, I think, and yeah, so now looking for the enemy location. Might even find an enemy villager without loom here to hit. Yeah, that's a 4-tile gold, so if Frederic sees this, that confirms that the opponent is here somewhere. And now the difference in idle time is starting to show here. One player showing better, more consistent production. Which means that the scouts opening of Frederic will be slightly less effective as well, but it's not the scouts at all. Because look at this. He is going full YOLO, and I think that's the proper call against a higher rated opponent. To just move forward. Randy, however, unfortunately, will scout the moving villagers and know exactly what's coming, so this could be a very short one. This could be a short one. Oh, he's trying to hide the villagers! Hey, nice! Frederic managed to hide the villagers away, so Randy, even though you could expect this from Persians on occasion, it's not necessarily something you will be prepared against, even if you expect it. So this is the TC drop indeed, as Randy Pan is dropping the barracks here. And if Frederic gets the TC in this location, that's going to be just amazing for the TC push, because then you cover the berries and the TC. So the score will drop significantly once Frederic deletes the TC. There, down it goes, and Randy immediately on for the villager fighting here. Here comes the foundation. Oh, don't snipe the foundation, please. We have our first douche on Arabia here. It's called the Persian douche for a reason. Persian town centers have twice the hit points of generic town centers. So that is indeed a douchebag style of play. Keeps clicking, and it's been confirmed that this actually doesn't speed up the builder building process. I think it actually keeps some builders building and some of them villager fighting. Randy doesn't even care. Doesn't garrison the TC to kill villagers. Maybe just wants to give this play a chance here. Feudal Age is in, which means that the Ethiopians archers might be on the menu, and that should be enough to stop any upcoming town center drop. Should seriously idle Randy though, eventually, because Randy is off the berries. Still has a few sheep left, but once the sheep have been eaten, Randy Pan will not be able to access the berries, and will have to look for other ways to bring in food. Could still push the ostrich, I think, or long distance hunt them, because Frederic is not going to be up with any military just yet. So it's 18 builders to 21 now, but once Frederic deletes or kills this TC, he could start the villager fighting and disallow Randy Pan new town center somewhere else. And if so happens, Randy Pan will potentially fall behind the villagers. Definitely can't be produced while Frederic is still in the Dark Age though, with 19 villagers. So at some point Frederic will want to go up through the ages. And that's where the true villager difference will show. I guess Randy has found a new TC location over here on the gold and that mini woodline. Not committing to repairs as should be, because repairs that just drains your resources. It's a significant idle time. DT won't be going idle for Randy for a while now, because the worker efficiency is on the low side. But Frederic has been building the outposts. Does not have stone for a new TC if he wants to TC push again. He needs to mine stone now to drop another TC, which would be a natural follow-up with the Persians here. Archers are out. Ethiopians archers, they fire faster. Even the blacksmith will complete here, and Randy Pan will almost be able to afford pledging. This is a mess of a game, and I love it. Looks like Randy Pan's villager micro is on point here. It's 20 villagers and counting for Frederic here, but is also losing villagers at a high rate here, 24 to 19, and it's still a feudal age advantage for Randy Pan here as the ranges, or range rather, keeps producing, or 4 archers out anyway, would be able to afford a few more. We might see a market here from Randy Pan just to balance that wood income a little bit. The archers now moving around to try and idle the berries here, but good quick house by Frederic Baybar over here to stop the archers from passing through there and hitting the food source. Randy also using the starting scout. Oh, it's funny that's still in the Pogo War of Randy here. It's just looking to confirm where the food is being taken. It is indeed on the berries, and the sheep are on the mill at the former home base of Frederic. So Randy Pan is back at villager production here now. Consistent villager production from both idle TC, slightly higher for Randy, having been lacked food for a while here, but farm eco is rolling again. Also the long distance hunt from the villagers. I could even pass these villagers quite felt for it, but not strictly necessary at this point. The archers are out to deny the food sources of Frederic, so when this food source runs out, as the starting scout is, oh, Randy is getting a villager snipe here, a looned villager, even though Frederic could fight back here. That's great value. He's got to find the weak one now. Get a weak one! Alright, so I guess we're getting the full HP one first. And down goes the starting scout. But look at this, the archers, no, not all of them even, just a couple of archers moving forward. So these villagers are already weak and they have no place to hide. Literally no place to hide. Frederic is mining a little bit of stone. 3 on stone. So a new TC drop should be in the making here. But it's only a matter of time until the archers of Randy Pant clean this up. And if Randy is on point, you'll even see the next TC drop coming and have archers to deny that. No fletching. Might happen now that wheelbarrow is on the way. And that makes sense when you have 19 farms like this. But yeah, still no fletching, I think. Oh, and the villagers go down at home base for Frederic. It's not like he can make defensive towers either, because he's still in the Dark Age. So that's a concern. Now the villagers move out, and the last very YOLO move here from Frederic Baybar with how many villagers now? 20 villagers going to drop another town center on the farms and gold of Randy Pan. But now 9 archers total, 7. 6 archers at home base, just tracking that TC drop, and funnily enough, Frederic might get it up. Oh, there's cover fire from the TC as well. Yeah, we'll see. Could take the hill here for some added value. It was my first Persian douche. I think douche gets censored for some reason. I'm glad they're taking it with a smile. Frederic is going to meet more equal resistance in the lower bracket as the round of 16 is completed. I can't let you go to field low. True. The drop has to happen sooner. Otherwise the archers will deny anything happening. And there it is, 2-0 for Randy Pan. I believe it's seed 1, so that is maybe to be expected. Not much eco upgrades to be talking about, or military for that matter. 23 to 4 KD for Randy Pan. 941 fuel age. Actually pretty darn decent with the Ethiopians there, and I think that's the spam clicking to get the DC up for Frederic here. So that's a funny APM increase right there. GG.